How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek. If you've never been here before, today I'm going to be reviewing for you the Multiverse Wonder Woman Rebirth action figure from the Lex Luthor Connect and Connect wave. I will, as you can see here, be reviewing all 4 figures in the wave, with the 5th video topping it off where I put together the Lex Luthor Build-A-Figure. I chose Wonder Woman first because she's my favorite figure out of the wave, and I figured why not start things off with a bang? So the packaging for this figure, as you can see, is the same as the rest of the Multiverse figures post red box. We get the blue box with Wonder Woman here, Multiverse there. On the side we get another image of Wonder Woman, and on the back we have all the rest of the figures in the wave to put together the Lex Luthor Build-A-Figure. What we don't see here is that there are 2 other Build-A-Figure parts that came with the spoiler and Harley Quinn, that being a second head and a mother box. I reviewed those figures as well. If you'd like to check those out, they'll be in the description below. But right now, this one is all about the Wonder Woman. So let's yank out of the package and see what we get. Cut, slice, oh, and that's it. Only 2 bits of tape. Okay, cool. Out you come, Diana. And here's what you get. You get what I can only presume is the whoops, let's try that again. You get what I can only presume is the God Killer sword. Not bad. I really like this design, and I think that it's been sculpted well. Yeah, good job. You get a completely, whoops, crap. You get a completely wound up lasso that is supposed to hang off of her belt. Yep, it hangs off of her belt. And then you get this unfurled lasso for action poses. Not bad. You also get this tiny little extra fist and the legs to the Luthor Build-A-Figure. Very cool. And of course, you get Diana of Themyscira, Wonder Woman. Seriously, this is a figure that I was really excited for. I can look at her and tell you, whoops. I can look at her and tell you that, yes, she's definitely not perfect, but I can see a lot of things that I do like about this figure right off the bat. You know what? Scratch that. In between takes when I was setting Wonder Woman up, I realized one thing that really burns me about this figure and really sucks. Can you see it? Yep. If you're saying that you just noticed that she has 2 of the exact same forearm, you would be 100% correct. The exact same forearm on both arms. She has an elbow here and an elbow here. But you can see that the wrist gauntlets, the bands, go the exact same direction. Damn it, Mattel! Can't you get anything right? Okay, maybe that's just a little bit harsh, but it's true. Mattel's quality control sometimes is just in the toilet. Like, honestly, I love the DC Universe Classics, but I can't tell you how many of them I got with the wrong foot, or the wrong arm from the bicep, or the wrong arm from the elbow. It just, ugh. Okay, so aside from all that, I'm totally bummed in this review. Let's just look at the rest of the figure and call it a day. So, the figure itself, the sculpting for this figure is actually not that bad. The sculpting is pretty good. She does have an incredibly large lower half, and then a very narrow waist, and then a small kind of top half, but it is new sculpting nonetheless, and it does actually look pretty darn good. You've got some detail right there in the texture of, I'm assuming, the leather or the fabric of her skirt. You've also got the various line details in her suit there. You got the Wonder Woman emblem going across her chest. You've got the details in the gauntlets here. So, I mean, what Mattel has done, like, the sculpting detail itself is fine. The boots look great. A little bit sloppy on the paint there, but, like, overall, she's not a terrible figure. She's actually pretty good. If we just take a moment to look at Wonder Woman's face sculpt, it does kind of look a bit chubby and chunky, but that might just be a case of the odd-shaped upper body in the first place and how big her hair is. No, her face does look just a little bit on the big side, a little bit on the roundish side, but all in all, the face sculpt isn't terrible. It looks okay, and the paint is fairly accurate too. It's fairly clean. They got the highlights in her hair, and I do like this Wonder Woman hair in comparison to the hair that we got on the DC Universe Classics Wonder Woman. So there really is a lot to like about this Wonder Woman figure, with all the new sculpting details and even the color choices and how shiny the gold is. I just can't get over the fact that, look, this is an old quality control issue. Stop sending out figures with doinked up limbs. That's just so elementary, Mattel. You've been doing this for how long? How long have you been making figures and you still send this crap out the door? Okay, I need to calm down. I need to calm down. Goose frava. Goose frava. All right, Wonder Woman's articulation is as follows. The head itself is on a ball joint, but the great big mound of black hair does very much get in the way of that head articulation. Her chest appears to be on some kind of a ball joint as well. No, it's on a hinge because it can't go left and right. It can just go back and forth. Shoulders are on the swivel hinges. Elbows are on rotating single hinges. Her wrists are on a hinge that also spins. She's got no articulation in the waist because of the way the body is joined together, but that's the kind of thing that I knew was coming just by looking at the promo images of this Wonder Woman. Her groin is on a ball joint, which seems to be the way these days for action figure groin articulation. The skirt gets in the way. Her battle kilt not very far backwards, back and forth a little bit, and out, splayed out a whole lot, very spready. And then you have a thigh rotation right here all the way around. Double jointed knees, always happy to see them double jointed knees in these figures. And then for her ankles, she has a hinge that is, oh, you know what she's got? Wonder Woman has a pivot, which is something that a lot of people have been asking for. So that is a good thing. You know what? If it wasn't for the quality control, I would say that this is an excellent figure. And I'm sure that if I didn't get this, I'd be like, I love this figure. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread and cheese. Oh, geez. This video is not turning out how I thought it was going to. I was really hoping to give this action figure a shining review, but I just can't. And yes, I've turned her elbow backwards the other way just so that it doesn't look so wonky for the rest of the video. But I promise you, that is her elbow on the wrong side of her body. Sheesh. All right, so comparison number one will be with the multiverse spoiler, Batwoman, and Harley Quinn. And this gives you a good idea of exactly how she stacks up against the rest of these multiverse women. Definitely bigger than spoiler, but more on par with Batwoman and Harley Quinn. And here she is compared to two Wonder Woman figures, the pre-New 52 and the New 52. And she's bigger than both of them. She actually has that Amazonian look, I feel, more than the other two. And then here we have her compared to one more multiverse lady, the Jessica Cruz Green Lantern figure on this side, and the DC Icons Justice League 7-pack Wonder Woman on this side. And see, this is the kind of thing right here that should give you a really good idea of not only what her size is, but also hers. She's clearly the size of a multiverse figure. Honestly, I had her subbed into my Rebirth Justice League display way before she even showed up in the mail. And for my final trick, I'll bring in Superman, Batman, Flash. Oh crap. I'm gonna need to change the view here. Let's zoom out. Let's see. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Flash, who else? A beardly Aquaman. Take two, a beardly Aquaman. Damn it, I said a beardly Aquaman. And Jessica Cruz. That's not so bad. All we need now is a multiverse cyborg, because I'm not subbing in that classic 80s one. That'll just look funny. And then we also need that Simon Baz figure to be released, which was supposed to be in this wave. And for some reason, they were like, chop, let's cut it out. Grrr. The worst part about that, I think, is actually they haven't told us where he's going to be subbed back in. When is he coming out? They've just sort of cut him and not told us when his release date's going to be and in which wave he will be a part of. It seems to me like this is all part of Mattel going from 6-figure waves down to 4-figure waves. I think they made that choice kind of after they first announced the wave that Simon Baz was going to be in, namely this one. Anyhow, that's the League together, assembled, at least who I wanted in the video. Alright, so here at the end of the video, I don't really think I want to go into much more detail than I have just with the initial showing of the Luthor Build-A-Figure legs, because I would like to save that for video number 5 where I put together the Build-A-Figure, so going into the articulation and stuff like that for me seems like it will wreck the last one. So at this point, I just want to end the video with giving my final words first. So first I'm going to go into the things that I didn't like about this figure, things that needed improvement, and then the things that I did like about this figure, and that I think that show Mattel is going in the right direction. Okay, so the first thing that needs improvement is the fact that the skin color is actually different on the chest in comparison to the arms. That's something that, like I said before, you might not be seeing, but I definitely can. And if you go on Instagram, you'll actually be able to see that they are, in fact, a different color. Mattel needs to get their color matching down pat. Also, there's no bicep swivel, and a lot of people, that's going to be a big ding against them with this figure. It'll greatly influence whether or not they want to pick this figure up. And also, the most glaring problem is the fact that her elbow is on the front on this arm, because the only way to make it so that her band didn't stick out like a sore thumb being the wrong way is to have the elbow facing the wrong way. And this is something that has followed Mattel around for years. Their DC Universe classics were plagued with this. I probably rebought about 5 different figures because of mismatched limbs. Maybe they had the wrong bicep on the wrong side, or again, the wrong forearm. This is something that they really need to work on, their QC issues. But other than that, I think that she's great. Going in the direction of what I find that's positive about her is it really seems like Mattel has tried to present us with a really cool adult collector product. This is not an SH Figuarts, a Mezco, or a Mafex, nor should anybody ever expect that kind of quality out of these figures. However, we should expect the very basic things like the right limbs on the right part of the body. But overall, I think that they have made some massive, massive improvements to their action figures over the years. And they have listened to a certain extent to what the collectors want, giving the double jointed knees. That's something that I'm sure they did that simply because we've asked for it. And then also having the ankles on a pivot. That's something, again, that collectors ask for. We want the ankle pivots, and we want the double jointed knees. So sure, they left out the bicep swivels, but they actually gave us articulation points that I feel like are actually more useful than the bicep swivel. So Mattel is, in my opinion, going in the right direction with these action figures. I think it'll be interesting to see where they go in the future. I want to see, after the waves that have been shown, what they do next. Will they continue to move forward, or will they stagnate? Anyway, that's my simple review of this action figure. I know that's not the same as it usually is, because I have a limited amount of time, but I do want to review the entire series in a much more simple format. This is Wonder Woman. She's number 1. I'll be reviewing the rest of the wave, as well as doing the Build-A-Figure in the series too. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And I will see you next time with the next one. Have an awesome day, super friends. Take care. See you next time. Seriously, Mattel, this is just stupid. Get your act together.